There's been a new snapshot, the first one that has been released in 2019, and it's a pretty good one because it involves a handful of new Redstone additions. Some of the new blocks that have been added into the game have actually got some Redstone functionality programmed into them, and obviously that gets me excited. I mean, it feels like forever since we got some new Redstone features, so it's about time. Now, the ones that I'm interested in are the new Campfire, which is... I mean... It's quite a cool looking block. I really like the particle effect. I mean, Grian is going to be going crazy for chimneys with this thing. I can already feel that happening. But also, we have got the Lectern. Now, this seems to have some really interesting Redstone features. You see, if I put this book on the inside of here, it actually activates Redstone. Now, if we create some pages here, I'm guessing the Redstone signal is kind of like a ratio? No? Yes. So it is. It's kind of... Okay, this is going to be difficult to describe. So we've got 15 in total. So we have a 15 signal strength in total. That's the maximum. And the ratio... How do I even describe this? Kind of like the... The outputted signal strength is 15 divided by the number of pages that you have. Yeah, I think that does a good job. It actually kind of isn't, because you always start with a signal strength of 1. So I'm going to move away from the maths, because clearly I'm not capable of doing it. And let's take a look at the first Redstone contraption, which is... I mean, it's an obvious one, isn't it? Traps. It makes a lot of sense to use traps with this thing. All you need to do is turn the page, and then you can kill a player. And I mean, come on, check out how simple this thing is. I'm sure it could be even simpler than that, but this is a fairly bare-bones Redstone contraption, just taking comparative signal strength from the Lectern and running it into an inverted piston. Okay, let's move on to something a tiny bit more complicated, and I have to say, this is actually the first idea that came to my head as soon as I saw this feature was added to the Lectern, which is a shopping system that allows you to choose the item that you want to buy using a book. So for example, we've got a book in the Lectern right now, so it says comparator, and if you take a look out the back, you can see that this redstone torch is lit up, which means that the comparator option would be selected, and then all we have to do is add in some redstone logic that allows us to hit a button and actually purchase that item. So let's quickly do that now. I think I have got most of the logic in place. The only thing is the number of items that I want. So ideally, I'd like to be able to drop out around about half a stack. I was thinking half a stack, but I would settle for 16, a quarter of a stack. But at the minute, I'm only getting 5 at this point in time, which is, it's not the most useful of numbers. So I guess we just need to add in a pulse extender up at the top right here. But I gotta say, I mean, in terms of redstone contraptions, this is actually pretty compact. It's only 5 blocks wide at this point in time, and I could definitely see myself building this on some form of server. Even with a pulse extender, we only seem to be getting 12 items. That seems like way more than 12 pulses too. Alright, we're gonna have to go bigger than this. Right, now I'm up at 24, which also isn't that useful. 18? That's no good. Oh, that's so close. Oh my word. Yes! Yes, we got there in the end. Okay, we're getting 32 items dropped out. Finally, and it's actually, yeah, it's really easy. Okay, let's get all of the items put into place. So now all I have to do is select anything. Stone button, that seems good to me. Hit this button right here, and my stone buttons should begin to arrive in my chest, and I will get half a stack of them. Now, I have to say, I mean, this is super cool. It's like an Amazon style ordering system. I definitely want to build one of these on the Hermitcraft server. Anyway, moving on from that one, another potential thing that it could be useful for is if you're doing some form of quiz, then the player can submit the correct answer. So the longest signal strength for a redstone line is 13. Nope, that's not going to do it. The correct answer is 15. And that allows us to move on to the next section. So that's how we submit our answer. I do need to do a little bit of work on my alphabet though. A, B, C, A. That's not so good. But that aside, I think I've had enough of the Lectern for now. I think we're going to move on from it and take a look at the Campfire. Okay, I've had this ridiculous idea. And it is totally ridiculous. But I think we could be able to do something really cool here. So for those who don't know, these particle effects, if you put hay bales underneath them, they will actually go 25 blocks in height. So you can see that smoke is going seriously, seriously high. And we can toggle these campfires on or off using flint and steels and water. Oh, is this gonna work? I don't know. What I want to do is I want to try and write something in the smoke, okay? Or draw some kind of picture in the smoke by toggling these things on and off. This, I mean, you know, it really is. I have no clue if this is going to function. So the first thing that we have to do is create the toggling system. So I guess one of these is going to have water, and one of them is going to have our flint and steel. And we're going to have to create some form of system that allows these to always operate independent of one another. And I think I've almost done that here. We just need to move this observer back, because otherwise that is going to start activating other ones. We don't want it to activate the dropper next to it, but this system here means that when we flick this lever, that turns on water and we don't get any smoke signal, and then we flick it again and we do. So that means that we can have little gaps in the smoke whenever we really want them. Alright, okay, let's give this a shot. Oh no, we've got ourselves a problem. Ah. So when they're next to one another, you obviously get an infinite water source, and then it flows into the next bit. Oh, and I don't think there's anything that we can do about that. So I've had to adjust our design a little bit, so we have different little segments. So this is a segment that hopefully should create an H. Now the problem is that you are relying on particles. Look, okay, I would fine, alright, okay, it's not the best H I've ever seen in my life. Alright, I'll give you that. This looks like it's going to be a good one, though. That's definitely an H. Okay, so that will create an H. I think we all know what I'm going to write. I'm going to try my best to write the word hi up here. But I am thinking... I wonder if there's a way that I could make this a little bit bolder. Oh, now that's a little bit more like it. That is a little bit more like it. I've started work on the eye, and it's all going well. It's just a little bit tricky in this department. So we need to do the kind of edges of the capital I. The middle section is easy because that's just one long pulse, but we need to do the top and the bottom. And that is proving to be a tiny bit more difficult. Now I'm thinking that something like this should do the trick. So then we'll get the comparator there, we'll get the comparator there. That will extend that pulse. And then we send it out like this. Hopefully that does it. Be honest. Okay, be totally honest. Does this look correct? I think with more delicate letters like an I feel like we should just keep things quite simple. So I think I'm gonna get rid of the ends of the I, and we're just gonna have one long pole. I think that makes life a little bit more simple. Right, let's go. Simplified I now in place. This is what we are looking like. And I would say that works. That clearly says hi. I mean, yes, I'd kind of like it to be a tiny bit thicker in terms of the smoke in the middle. I guess you could do that by maybe doubling up all of the campfires so that you have kind of 2 layers of them. But that is a smoke messaging system where we can actually send messages, which is absolutely hilarious. I'm pretty proud of this thing. Now, there's something in the patch notes that has me a little bit confused. So it's talking about the smoke signals and the hay bales and things like that, and it says hint, think note blocks. Now, I wonder if this is a feature or if it's just them saying that a player could look out for smoke signals and then activate an alarm system, and then that's how it could work. But I don't know. I mean, in my head, my brain thinks that maybe there's some way to detect a smoke signal nearby and then have some redstone activate kind of semi-wirelessly. I don't know. I mean, that would be amazing if that was the case. I mean, these are my really silly experiments. It doesn't look like any of them are, yeah, it doesn't look like any of them are correct. But either way, there's plenty of possibilities here. I mean, we've got new combination locks that we can create using these things. We've got new forms of fire lighting, which all of you know I really quite like. There's plenty of different things that we can experiment with. I hope that you enjoyed my little selection that I created for today's video. But anyway, I really do hope you enjoyed. If you did, please sure to that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.